Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, brought to you by K&J Insurance.
As we end 2024, our buddy Kyler Henry with K&J Insurance of Petersburg wants us to remind our avid listeners that insurance needs change year to year. When was the last time you heard from your insurance agent? If it's been a while, maybe it's time for a change. Kyler and the gang at K&J Insurance want to craft personalized insurance portfolios for you. Whether it's for personal insurance needs or your business, Kyler has you covered. Kyler also works in Medicare and life insurance needs. Don't roll over into 2025 with uncertainty about your insurance. Reach out to Kyler with K&J Insurance today.
The Wondering Dutchmen Podcast,
where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah. The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, proudly presented to you by K&J Insurance. Shinsurance. Smoke Dragon needs some shit shirts. Yeah, for them bitch shins over there. Anyways, Kyler Henry, our butter.
Good grief.
Butter my biscuits.
Yeah, I just might as well get it all out now.
Stroke zone.
K&J Insurance out of Petersburg. Our buddy Kyler Henry is who's bringing you this episode. I am Esquire, and I am joined at the table with a tuft of hair and a mustache. It's our buddy Zachary David Meissner.
Hello.
Sitting across from him, as in to the right of him, wearing the rose-colored glasses and the turquoise turtle. It's our buddy, David Allen Smoker.
Hello.
Gentlemen, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a spell. It's been 1 week. Me?
Yeah.
I'll be okay once I get some of this figured out. Smoke Dragon, any big updates, anything? What's going on? How was the weekend?
Weekend was good. We'll be getting into that somewhere in here, I think. It was a pretty fair weekend, I guess. I suppose all things said and done. Been a real busy week at work. Getting ready to do a little bit of little traveling for work again for a few days. So got some things to take care of to be suited up to be able to go do that. It's just been keep me busy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Big fella, what about you? What's been going on? How was your weekend?
It was good. Weekend was great. It was a good time. The warden worked.
Now that's back-to-back weekends, if
she doubled down. I had to do some schedule maneuvering so she could partake in some other events that were through the week and whatnots. But it was a good weekend. Friday night and had some cocktails in the neighborhood down this way. And then Saturday we did some thises and some that's. And Sunday had a great time. Did a little Sunday fun day action with some folks. And wasn't home a lot. But, I mean, we were just me and the kids did a lot of hopping around. It was a good time.
Well, I know you weren't home. I went down in the driveway looking to hang out, and you weren't there.
Yeah, sorry.
Lonely road.
It's okay. I'm all right. It'll be okay.
You'll make it.
Yeah, I'll be all right. No, we had nothing major this past weekend. We were basketballing and soccering and doing that kind of stuff. So
about that Eleanor had her first basketball game.
Yeah, the little bitty soccer there. Bitty soccer is always a fun time, but also then the Little Lady Raiders.
That's brutal to watch.
Well, I wasn't going to go there. We probably have some listeners that are
tough
involved in the program. I think.
I'm just saying because they're second and third graders.
Come on down and watch the first and second graders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like those.
It's They ought to tell the girls, hey, don't try to steal the ball. Give a couple of feet space so they can work on dribbling.
Not a chance.
And it's almost like watching soccer, how it gets that pack mentality. That's almost exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Dave's cleaning his nose out over there.
Yeah. We about had a broken arm in our game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Luckily, there was no break,
yeah.
just a potential fracture. But after the swelling went down, I don't believe there was really anything that went on there. So
Somebody get hip tossed or?
I don't really know what happened. I was there. It happened during our game, Eleanor's game. But I just 1 minute I looked over and there she was on the bench with an ice pack, and the next thing I know, that her sweet mommy was walking her out the door on the way to urgent care to get some imaging done.
Ooh,
But
that's never any good.
yeah, full contact sport down there.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Unfortunately, our buddy Brado in Raider football got beat last. Well, I guess it'd be 2 weeks when you listen to this.
Yep.
Tough
Yeah.
Memorial team.
Yeah,
but,
I'd say they're ranked number 1 in the state in 3A for a reason.
yeah, they're probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think they got a couple of 6'8", 6'10" receivers,
Yeah, we don't have
a couple
anything.
300-pounders on the line.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's a solid football club.
that is a solid football club.
Yeah, and it's tough to play it in low.
Yeah,
Tough to play it in low.
you get down that stretch of Evansville there, you get
Yep.
a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's tough to play down there.
I mean, if we're just going to be honest with it.
Them boys are built different.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
I saw something the other day. The Evansville Thunderbolts season had started.
Already?
The
Yeah,
hockeyness?
yeah, they
It's been
started.
going on for a while.
Have you been to that?
Negative. Never been.
We need to go.
What do you
tonight.
mean they've been going on for a while?
A guy at work posted
They've
about
probably
it.
been
He's
playing like
posted-
2 weeks.
Well, a little bit longer than that. I feel like he's posted pictures about being to the game for the last month and a half.
I'd say it's like I saw the schedule. They might have been
Good
playing
God, really?
middle October. They might have gotten started.
So I got a funny Thunderbolt story.
Bring it.
I had never been to a hockey game before, like of any kind. And I think we went to an Iceman game. It was either the Bolts or the Iceman, one of the two Evansville hockey teams, because they had a franchise change there,
Yes, they
a
did.
couple years ago or whatever it was. And I was accompanied by a friend of the program, Christian James Schwinghammer,
Mm-hmm.
and his lovely wife, Miranda, and Chris's dad, Paul. And Miranda had gotten us, Justine and us tickets, and we went down there. And we were probably, they call that center line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were like center line, probably 10, 15 rows up off the ice, maybe 20 rows up. I don't know how many rows there are from the ice up to the first mezzanine, but we were right there in the middle of the pack, and we're sitting there watching the game, having a few beers and stuff like that. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in the game. None. Like I do not know how hockey works.
Yeah.
And I'm asking Schwing, because they go to a lot of them, because Miranda's previous employer used to give their employees tickets. They must have been a sponsor or something.
Yeah,
down
must
there.
have. Yeah.
So I asked Chris, I said, do people get hit with pucks like at hockey games and shit? Like do they come flying up out of the rink, I guess? And he was like, oh yeah, it happens every now and then, and be damned, God strike me if I'm lying. Like 5 minutes later, Paul wears one right in the thigh. He was sitting on the end, and it hit Paul square in the leg.
Oh, shoot.
And he had a tube of chapstick in his pocket, and it broke the son of a bitch
Oh,
of chapstick
gosh,
in
dang.
half. And I just couldn't believe that. I'd never been to a hockey game. I'd never seen really anything like that happen before. And then, like, I ask about the whole puck thing, and then it freaking happens to Paul. While
That's
we're sitting
wild.
there. Yeah, it was
Especially
nuts.
in center ice. I guess you could get one that comes up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but he sent one and it hit Paul square in the thigh. He's, oh, son of a bitch! He said, And
Did
I
he keep it? Did he keep the puck?
Yeah, he kept it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good. Hey,
October 18th was the first game of their season.
How many?
October 18th.
that's what I
Wow.
thought. Yeah,
Man.
they play quite a while.
I wonder if they have like a preseason.
I think it's just a step or two above like beer men's league hockey.
Oh, so this would be my speed then.
I think it's
Are they
would consider
affiliated
that
yet?
Semi-pro?
Well, I mean they're paid, so they're professional, but they're not.
Oh,
like,
they are paid.
but they're not in like a. So there's the NHL,
Like a
obviously,
feeder
which is
league,
the
yeah.
big dogs. Then there's the AHL, which is the next level down, and then the next level down is the ECHL, which is what the Icemen, I think, were a part of when they were down there. And then I think this is like independent league type stuff. I don't know if they're with an organization or not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know much about them.
Hard to say.
That is a big ass fly. Wow.
Yeah, it is. That little warm up was brought to you by our buddy Logan Clark and Lights by Logan.
Christmas is next month. But everyone knows you don't wait until the last minute to put Christmas lights up or get the holiday decorations in the yard. That is where Lights by Logan comes in. He takes care of all of it, putting up, taking down, and you get to just enjoy the creation. Time slots are booking up fast for the upcoming holiday season, so don't wait. Be the envy on your block. Be the Clark Griswold of the neighborhood. Whatever you do, don't wait to call Logan. He's getting busy, and like Santa, won't slow down until December 26th.
All right, big fella. What you got?
Well, kind of had to pull one out of the old shirt sleeve for tonight here on this Wednesday Wonder Show. What are you doing? Did you catch
Got it.
Pulled one out, Dave. Pulled something out of the
I had no
shirt
idea
sleeves.
what was going on. So I was thinking, sitting here at the lounge trying to conjure something up before we got going tonight. And I see a lot of things in David's humble abode here that just kind of jumps out at me. And it brings me to a topic that I'd like to discuss.
Okay.
Gentlemen's sports.
Ooh, do say.
And I don't necessarily mean this in a sexist, misogynistic,
Not on this program.
chauvinistic manner.
Not
So,
on this program, where 52% of our listening base on Facebook is women.
Yeah.
But I would just call them gentlemen's sports, or I don't even know how you would categorize these sports, but I'll name it.
Cultured
Like
sports.
bowling, darts,
Is bowling really a gentleman's sport?
billiards, croquet,
Ooh, croquet for sure.
golf, tennis.
Yeah.
Like basically just not
Country club sport.
Yeah, exactly. Country club sports. And I was thinking about it because when I had picked up a friend of the program Sunday and took him for a side-by-side because he's lived in Holland for 4 years, but he's never really had a formal tour. So I took him a little bit on a tour, and with my brother and my son, we're just kind of tooling around on my side-by-side, and then we happened to stop by up here, and there was a little bit of a driveway 1-2 skidoo going on up here. And this fella that was with me asked Dave, he said, "Hey, do you shoot a lot of pool? You know, like, do you shoot a lot of pool in order to justify, like, having a pool table?" And Dave was like, "Well, I mean, you know, comes and goes. You get in spurts,
Yeah.
moods,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Shoot a game here and there.
When it tickles you.
And then the same with the dartboard. You know, well, we could pitch a game here and there and stuff like that. Another thing that I didn't mention on this list
Pitch a game.
is horseshoes.
Love
I
horseshoes.
threw my first game of horseshoes in probably, Jesus, I don't even know how many years.
They took them out at Holland
20
Park.
years, probably 15 years at least, at the Huntingburg Park.
Holland Park. Did I
Yeah.
say Huntingburg
No,
Park?
you said Holland.
Oh, I did say Holland. Okay.
I don't know
He
what park.
threw them at Huntington.
I threw them at Huntingburg.
Holland took theirs out.
Yeah.
Huntingburg is the only gig around.
They're
Yeah.
probably afraid the beavers were going to get tired of the wood and start eating the posts.
Yeah.
Steal.
A lot of beaver down there at the
They've
park.
trapped 7.
Not
Well,
anymore.
Photographed, there were 7 trapped, I think, or 8.
I
so
think it's
far.
just the same ones. They just,
Oh, I saw 5
No.
of them stacked up. I
They've
wasn't drinking
stacked-
that much.
They've caught the shit out of them down there.
Huge beavers.
how
but,
do they get? Well, we can talk about it later.
But anyway, I was just thinking about just sports like that. You
Now,
know,
does
like
cornhole fall in there?
I would say, yeah.
Like, I feel if you got.
What
Do
about
you remember
Worcesters?
the movie Beer?
Oh, I like
Do
Worcesters.
you remember the movie Beer Fest?
Oh yeah. Das Boot.
Yeah, and they get into this like beer drinking Olympics, and there's a
Gotta
feller on
kill
that. There's a feller on their team named Barry Badgernath.
Who's Barry Badgernath?
Who's Barry Badgernath?
Who's Barry Badgernath?
Who's Barry Badgernath? Well, Barry Badgernath played what he played, like beer pong, darts, all these games, and he was like, "What can I say? I'm better when I'm drunk."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like all of these sports that I've mentioned so far, I mean, I don't know if you can drink beer and play tennis, but like bowling,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
Good.
Now I played
Darts,
croquet as a
yep.
youngster, but never drunk.
Pool, yep. Croquet,
Maybe.
don't know. Golf, duh.
Yeah.
Horseshoes, yep. So I just think about those like beer drinking sports, and I don't know. Do you think it's dying? Do you think those sports are kind of slowly going? Do you think they're going away, or you think they're still?
Not as long as Holland, Indiana is the bustling burg that it is.
I will say that going through that list, I think that bowling is alive and well, and what has helped it is a lot of high school programs.
Yeah, which
and
Southridge has
a lot
got
of middle school
banger of a bowling
like that
team.
gets people involved. Like I didn't bowl except once a year when it was Big Brothers Big Sisters, and you did super strikes or whatever it was.
Yep.
I think when it comes to tennis, I think that goes in spurts. But I think out at Southridge now, you can run cross country, you can play football, you can play soccer, or you can play tennis. And I think that hurts the tennis numbers a little bit. But you got to get involved early. You got to have a good youth program, get guys involved early. Darts, I think you got to be like, your boys will probably know about playing darts. Like,
Oh yeah, they play.
you know what I
darts more
mean?
than
Like,
we do.
but I that's one I can see where it's dying a little bit. Because
Sure.
our buddy John Songer and the Gaslight, they host a darts night, and they say it's great.
Well, but then he said that some years it is, and some years it's not.
Kind of goes.
I'd
comes
love
and
to
goes.
do that sometime. I'd love to try that because I always enjoyed throwing darts.
I get like my elbow hurts.
Really?
After, like the next day,
Yeah.
just terrible after. I
My
threw
God,
darts.
you're a world class air dicker. But I think
I got the old pinch motion on, and he goes air
Oh
dicker.
God!
the croquet is probably tough, but like golf's just as popular. I forget, like it's tough to get a tee time out at Huntingburg Country Club.
You know, I wonder if we could get like a big foam mallet and a beach ball and do like side by side polo, but not water polo.
That would be dangerous.
Well, beach balls and foam. I guess you're still driving it.
Yeah, boy.
Washers, the sport of kings and drunkards.
Really?
I just Googled bowling, golf, darts, horseshoes, washers, billiards, and cornhole. How would you categorize these sports? Scroll down, there's a thread on Reddit. How much do you consider billiards and cornhole? Depends on what you mean by sports, but I would consider them gaming. And then this other article says washers, the sport of kings and drunkards.
I
No.
haven't played washers in a long time.
I don't know what game you're talking. Is it kind of like cornhole, 4 holes in the board and you throw washers out?
Yes.
Okay, I've got
Or-
that hanging in
and
the
it's
shed.
points.
What about the other, like camping washers, where you take,
That's what Ritter has at his place, just a little cup in the ground.
yeah, you just take 2 pieces of 4-inch, or it's probably 4-inch PVC, about 3-inch puck or
Mhm.
4-inch puck,
Yep.
and you dig out a little hole and beat that down in the ground, backfill it around, and then you try to pitch him things.
I tell you what,
Ritter has that at River.
I want to say that Dad made a set of washer boards one time.
Oh, we used to play him down the road at Ian Reinhardt's all the time. His dad was a big dime washer.
Now, there was, I've not played it, but up in Clay County, it's probably not just there, but that's where I first heard of it. They'd pitch quarters or nickels, but on the line of the garage floor. Like in the wintertime when you're in the shop.
We did that at well, never mind. Allegedly, there was a game played at a local quick lube joint where
Yeah.
you would take a stack of quarters either from your pocket or from the cash register. That was
Allegedly.
Always return.
oh yeah, like we made a tally mark. of
someone.
how many were borrowed,
Yeah.
and then like big glass windows, and then there was that lip on the bottom that the glass, like the
door
frame
jamb
of
kinda,
the
yeah.
window, and it was probably like a yay square,
For folks who can't see, it's about 2 inches tall.
and you would sit in your chair in the lobby, and then basically just pitch quarters and try to bounce once and land it on that little lip. And that was a game that they played.
I think this is similar. You stand however many feet back and you stand, and everybody stands from the same spot, and you're throwing your coin and trying to land closest to,
The X.
well, the cut line of the concrete floor.
Oh, just the cut line. I thought
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
if
yeah.
like where 2 cut lines meted.
Yeah, well,
Bad boy.
Anyway, I was just thinking about these kind of sports and stuff.
it's getting
and
that time of year.
really had
And
to-
next year, we'll be able to talk about the Red Ryder Cup.
No shit. Which, by the way,
Is that happening?
you are
Sure.
totally invited. And either we're going to, I don't know, we're going to have to find a way to clean out my garage to where we can do it there. Or we talked about maybe doing like a traveling deal where like, because all you need
The
is,
shop's deep enough up there. We could do a night at your place.
all you needed,
Yeah, it's 40 feet.
it ought to be.
Yeah.
All you need is a sheet and a piece of PVC pipe for a gutter to catch the BBs, and then we should be good.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it's like we'll just have to pick a magical number. Like we'll do it either every week or every other week for.
I'd say every week until we need to kick it off like for the entire winter, like between the solstices.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a long season.
Would be a long.
Well,
but
$5 a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're going
And
every
then,
other-
so we'll have to come up with rules though. $5 a time. Winner takes.
I'd say paying singles. Winner takes $3 from each man, and $2 stays behind,
Yeah.
or $1 from each man.
and then
And then at the end, the champion
overall champ gets
gets
the rest.
Oh, you could throw $20 in.
a week. I ain't got that kind of cash.
No.
I love how you just like passively aggressively. Oh, you're invited. You're invited.
Well, a lot of times I feel like you get left out on stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't get invited to shit with you guys.
Well, nobody gets invited. Like it's just a show up thing. Like if it's Friday,
What do you mean just a show up thing?
like, well, no, that's not my topic. So Sunday, I was mowing the grass,
Yeah.
blew the tire on the tractor, and sent a message. Well, mainly because I thought I was going to have somebody tow me up the hill. Said, well, I guess that's God's way of telling me it's time for a beer. And I went to the grocery store because I just was ready to go to bed. Was that Sunday or Saturday?
That was Sunday.
So I went to the grocery store, and the next thing I know, I see my Ring camera going off, and then my buggy is missing from the camera. So I get here, and two of the neighbors are here trying to help a guy out, and William sees me and runs up the hill. Dad, they're trying to burn your tractor down. So they were trying to do the old ether and torch thing. They'd never done it before. And
William narked
their,
him out.
bless their hearts for trying.
They caught your tractor on fire, Dad.
So anyway, I ended up just driving it up here in four-wheel drive, and
I
we
am
fixed
a
it.
terrible thing. Like I don't tell my wife about things. I don't tell my parents about things. Like last week at Eleanor's basketball game, it's supposed to start at 9.
Yeah.
I called my mom at 8:15 and said, "Hey, totally thought this was a practice, but it's not. It's
No,
a game.
they switched it.
It's a game."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's that 8 a.m.'s tough. I'm glad you got the 9 a.m.
God.
shift. Zoe loves getting up at, on a sleep-in day.
7:15 to go play basketball.
Yeah. Here's what I was wondering about.
Stupid.
You guys, most everybody has adjustable seats in their vehicle. They're in the driver's seat. And so, I mean, you probably don't have a desk chair that you sit in every day, but I know Dave does, and I do, and it's set a certain way for you. Well, in the last week, I've screwed up both of them. So the other day, earlier this week, I moved the seat up in the Polar Bear for Ryan to sit. Puts me a little bit closer, but it gives him leg room. Well, I accidentally looked away, and I had pulled this lever up, and so the bottom seat. So I climb in. I was like,
Oh, you got fully adjusted.
"Oh, I freaking adjusted it!" Yeah, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" Like you get so used to it. Like I sit in that for 10 hours a week, hour drive each way. That's just to work. It's comfortable. It's adjusted perfect, and I done it all up, and it drives me nuts because now I got to get readjusted to where I was at, or just deal with the new seat position.
Until it becomes the new
Yeah.
position.
And then at work the other day, I pulled the wrong lever. I pulled the wrong lever on my chair, and next thing you know, I dropped the freaking back out. I almost fell out of my damn chair.
Oh, God.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, now I got to try to get my office chair adjusted back. Now it hasn't. It's been all out. I'm out of all sorts, and it bothers me. And I was just wondering if it bothers anybody else. Not my personal plight. That's my cross to bear.
I just always, whatever the farthest back setting is, like all the way to the back of the sliders. If kids are back there, tough shit. Sit behind somebody else. Not too often does my seat get moved. Jen will drive the truck sometimes, and then she'll move it forward. But then I just go straight to the back. But what screws with me, well, I don't have that adjustment, but I got the lean. And not too long ago, football season, I was waiting for like an hour. So I was like, you know what? May said he just kind of kicks back and relaxes. So I threw the seat back.
Mm-hmm. Take a little nap.
And I was just going to hang out there. And it took a week and a half to get to where I felt like I was comfortable.
It's brutal.
And there's just so many clicks it could have been, but I just, like, the armrest wasn't right. If I go to reach for the radio, you just know how far you got to go.
Yours a manual?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all manual. Clicky levers and stuff. I don't got any of the powered bits.
And that's how Polar Bear is too.
The Polar Bear hat, no, the back. So the back adjustment is a clicky one. Like I can pull the lever and go back, or
Yeah.
But the bottom has an attachment that if you hold both of them
straight up,
go straight up, straight down, and then you can tilt up and tilt back on the bottom chair. And I am out of all sorts right now.
You don't have like the 1 button and the 2 button?
No.
Okay.
Lady Tank's got it.
Yeah.
Because Janelle's the one, or I'm the one, and she's the one, whatever.
Yeah. So White Lightning has got my White Expedition. It's got a 1 and a 2, and I am most certainly number 1 on that.
Attaboy.
And I usually don't with it or screw with it, but whenever. So Justine's van, she drives like a 450-year-old woman that's 3'2".
Gets up there, huh?
I can't believe she could probably do a U-turn with her tits.
Oh wow,
she's so close and tight.
Whip them around.
Yeah, like just right up in it.
That's good.
But like, I absolutely cannot. Like, I physically, if I'm sitting in the front seat of that van, that's a 2015. Honda Odyssey. First vehicle we ever bought brand new. And I was not 400 pounds when we bought it. And I've gained weight since then.
We're not going to talk about
several more knee surgeries and stuff since then. But I physically, if we get in a front end crash in that car, while I'm in the front passenger seat, I'm very confident that I'll never walk again. Oof. Just because the way them dashes are cut on them 14s and 15s, like my mom's van, the one we took to Indy, the spaceship, completely different. Like the whole front driver's cockpit is totally different. The driver's side and the passenger.
What year is your mom's?
Like a 22 or 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
So like the dash is all cut different and everything. So 9 times out of 10, I tell Justine, if we're going to take the van, which we don't anymore, I would prefer to drive if you don't mind. And I'll take that seat and I'll take it all the way back. I'll hit them double switchers and I'll bring that bitch all the way to the bottom. And then I'll tilt the back and all that stuff. And the first thing she will say, God damn it, you up my seat. Just going off, and it really kicks her ass because she doesn't have, she's got all the electronic-y stuff, but she doesn't have the 1 and the 2.
So if she listened to the show or if she was here tonight, she's not here. We got an empty lounge, which is unusual.
It's nice.
It's kind of nice
for a change.
Yeah. She understands my plight as she spends just as much. Well, I mean,
same thing. Like for all you longer commuters, I could see the importance of having a seat. Now, I will say, Tanya Tahoe, that seat broke the F down. Like it is shot.
Well, Polar Bear's getting there.
And it's because of my fat ass sliding in and out of it 900 times forever and ever and ever. But that was, for its time in 2004, that was a Z71 Silverado or Z71 Tahoe. So it was loaded up. Like it's got Bose speed. The sound system in that Tahoe is worlds better than what's in that Expedition
and what's in Dave's Ranger
right now,
side by side.
It doesn't have one now.
Oh, you took him out?
Yeah, but anyway, that thing has the whole It had the forward back slider, the up and down slider. It had the 2-finger up and downer, and then it also had the back. It had the back. The back thing was electronic as well.
Yeah.
But as you slide in it, so many times that switch had broke.
Oh yeah.
So then it was just like hanging out by.
That's what mine does right
It's
now.
hanging out by wires because that whole plastic was destroyed from my left ass cheek.
That's exactly what's going on.
I just kind of had to get it set to where it was all right, and I just unplugged all that shit. So now it's just where it is. That seat is no longer
Picture you
movable.
pulling it up like a lowrider control pan.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like where the switches would be for the jumpers. And that's it. Yeah. So
Oh, that's good.
I hate it.
Hey, yeah, I mean, if you're in the commute world, you understand the plight. If you sit in a desk chair, you understand the plight. We're going to take a quick pause before we get to our buddy Smoke Dragon's topic, and that's brought to you by Velpen Disposal.
Velpen Disposal is proud to sponsor this Pause for the Cause, which do that right now. Push pause. Look around your house, your garage, your barn, or wherever it is you've squirreled away stuff you won't use. Velpen Disposal wants to remind you that before you add new stuff from Christmas, now is the time to clean out old stuff. Fall cleanup days are here, and don't wait. Velpen Disposal has plenty of roll-off dumpster options for you.
All right, Smoke Dragon. Kind of an interesting topic you got on the list here.
Lock in for this one.
Because I don't want to obviously give away the farm here, but I wouldn't say that our podcast is known for such things.
Yeah, well, we're season 3,
Yeah.
New Horizons.
Hey, by the way, congratulations.
Yeah. Hey.
3 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Going into season 3. Exciting stuff. Go ahead, Dave.
So winter's approaching. It's coming up on us here, and
Winter is coming.
and it occurred to me I'm going to have to quit I try to walk every day at lunch, at least 4 days a week. So I get my 2 miles in.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good about that. But it's going to stop because once it's slippery out there.
Yeah, we don't need you breaking a hip.
Yeah,
You're 40 now.
Yeah.
You don't bounce like you used to.
So I'm going to have to get into some sort of a winter routine of some sort indoors to just try to keep from really letting myself go because I'm 40 now. It's going to be harder to, just everything's harder.
Yeah.
But I got a fear of this because of a bad experience I had once. And my wonder here is, the way I put it in our notes is gym equipment fails. And curious if you guys have had any of these.
You got to go to the gym to have a failure, Dave.
Well, I guess I didn't go. No, I did it at home. So we'll just get to it. So there for a while, I never liked a treadmill. My knees hurt. Even when I was a skinny guy, my knees would hurt on a treadmill.
It's your bitch shins. They don't hold you up very well.
That's probably it. But an elliptical, I've always been pretty
Spicy on one?
I can, go and not have an issue, hit 45 minutes or an hour and not feel like my legs are falling off, or my knees anyway. So a few years ago, probably like 6 years ago, I was really getting into the elliptical and I was doing real good every day, before supper. That was my jam, and then I'd go eat supper. Well, Jenna took the kids somewhere, and I might have got into the afternoon beers because I got home and nobody was here. The weather was nice.
You just decided to get in the afternoon beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but then I got feeling guilty because the reason Jenna took the kids is I said, hey, I can't go do this particular thing, whatever it was, because I got to work out. And she's like, okay, yeah. So then I get a feeling of the guilties because,
How many beers in were you?
I don't count. It
Details
just makes
matter.
me feel bad. I mean, I was 3/4 pickled.
Okay.
So I said, gosh dang it, Dave, you fat bitch, go get on the elliptical. So I went in and I turned on the music and I got on that elliptical.
Yeah.
And I got to running my fat ass off. And I was like, man, this ain't so bad. And I got to going and I was real limbered up, looser than normal, and I was going faster than normal.
That was the thin blood from the beer.
Mm-hmm. Now, the problem is, I don't know what exactly happened. Now, this wasn't like a high grade, like Cybex type of unit here. This was like the Walmart special.
Temu version.
Yeah, well, this is before Temu even. It might have been like a Schwingen, but with like an extra eye or something. But my knee buckled.
Oh.
So, it only bends so far, but I was trying to stride out. And when my knee buckled, it throwed me off my balance. And when it throwed me off my balance, I reached for the sticks harder to hold my drunk ass up. But they're attached to the foot thing. And I crashed the goddamn elliptical. And it wadded me up like a old note. Because it was in the bedroom, in the spare bedroom, and it wedged between the bed and the wall, and then I was stuck through one arm. Just drunker than 12 of them, wrecked on the floor. And I'm just curious if you guys have ever had a similar...
I've never worked out drunk.
Really?
That's your first mistake.
No. I've never exercised drunk.
Wow.
All right. Well, you're missing out.
Have you?
No,
Yeah.
hell no.
I know. That's wild.
Oh, that's funny. So I was, I don't remember, it wasn't me personally. Well, actually, I mean, technically your thing is gym equipment fails, but I guess just two gym related situations. One is me. The one that's not was a guy was bench pressing.
Oh, yeah.
And got a little wobbly,
Uh-huh.
and one side dropped off,
Mm-hmm.
and
What happens to the other side?
smoked the plate, and then
Wham!
gravity took over
Oh, yeah.
and dropped the other one, and that's pretty brutal.
I'd say that there was a time where Esquire and I would go up to
Oh, yeah. I remember.
the old pain cage up there at the field house. And I'd say there was more than a handful of times that if you were sitting on the back side of the security cameras watching that would have probably been like funniest home videos worthy, especially when we were doing like decline dumbbell bench.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, I think he knows what I'm talking about. So he would say, "Man, these benches, like there's no such that they don't have a decline anymore. So you just take like 245s and put them on top, stack them on top of one
Put under
another,
the
and then
legs.
put underneath the bottom legs, and you get a little bit of decline there, and then you lock your feet in them foam." Your shins and them foam units, and then you just kind of got to trust fall back, And he's like, "Here, I'll hand you the dumbbells. Go ahead." So here he gets, of course, he's handing me hundreds or 150s. I can't remember what they were really, but so we're just cranking these, really ripping some reps out, and then it got time to like get up. And I'm thinking, I can't. I'm gonna have to. Number one, it's okay. We'll drop the dumbbells, which that's common. That's standard procedure. But then I'm like, man, I'm not really good at sit-ups or anything like that, because I'm a morbidly obese human being, and so then I said, hey, I'm gonna need you to unhook my legs, and I'm just gonna do like a backflip off the back of this son of a bitch. And he's like, yeah, I mean, that whatever you got to do, man. But that's only your first set. And we've got 4 more of these motherfuckers to go. But yeah, when the guy gets in these compromising positions, you know what I mean, to really get those target muscle groups. Whenever you're not as limber as the average bear, you know what I mean? A guy could
Your first set.
yeah, a guy could get pretty compromised in a gym. I've seen some really bad ones though, like guys, like these the most brutal ones that you see are obviously online, where these big power lifters and stuff.
Oh, like blow their asshole out.
Yeah, or they'll rupture a pec, and they've got. You've got the straps, they've got, normally like you got weight belts for the big, deadlifters and squatters and shit like that. But then like those guys that are doing those monstrous bench presses, they got these chest wraps, and then they've got straps from their wrist to wrist that are connected to their biceps and go back around to where their arms can't go out. They only come in. And this guy, I mean, it was something crazy, like 1,600 pound bench press or some stupid shit like that.
That's unreal.
Yeah, and his pec ruptured, and it just that whole
Is this the trend, boys?
the whole thing just whoosh, it bounces right back off his chest. And luckily, he had an over the top spotter, and then he had two plate spotters.
Because think about that, you're lifting that kind of weight, even
it's
one
insane.
dude.
No, there's no chance. And but I mean, I have been guilty as charged. Where we never used clips. Like if we were power cleaning and stuff like that, if we were power cleaning, I would use clips because those weights, when you put them down, they're going to bounce. You know what I mean? But we would never use clips or nothing when we were spotting or benching because, and that was by design.
You want them to fall off
For
one
sure.
side.
Yeah, and if you dump 2 or 3 plates off of one side, that other side's going to come down fast, real fast.
Right.
Yeah.
I've done that before a handful of times.
Well, some of that too, you wanted to know if you were balanced, because if you don't, if you have the clips on, like when you're benching, and if you're imbalanced over here, like you need to feel and learn that, like you got a deficiency.
Right. Luckily, a lot of those bars that we had in schools, well, all of them really have got those. You got your not serrations, but the
Striations.
the knurl on the
knurl
on the steel, and then they've got that one spot on there where there's no knurl, and that way you always. Were you a pinky guy?
Yeah.
On the knurl?
Yeah.
Knurl? Yeah, I was a pinky guy too. I always stayed inside.
I couldn't get wide out.
I couldn't either, but there was some dudes that I played football with, some guys that would go thumb.
That's wild.
They're way the hell out here coming down.
That's wild.
I feel like it almost targets the back of your shoulders more than it gets your chest.
Well, it's
sometimes,
those, yeah, that's a tough spot.
Yeah, the gym there's no kids game in the gym.
No, you got to be ready.
Yeah, it's a big
On
deal.
your
especially
toes.
when you're 25 beers deep on an elliptical. That's always tough.
Stationary isn't guaranteed.
No, that's true. Hey, it is time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cut Questions of the Week for the fellas. Brought to you by Merkley and Sons.
Don't look at the calendar now, but we are in November. That means when the 4th Thursday of the month rolls around, we are giving thanks for friends, family, Bradley and John Boy, Merkley and Sons, and us, the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast. Well, maybe not us, but definitely friends, family, Bradley and John Boy, and of course, Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. Don't wait to start planning your Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, turkey may be the tradition, but that doesn't mean you can't stop and see the fellas at the shop before the big day. Heck, maybe instead of dried turkey, you sink your teeth into a medium rare ribeye cooked to perfection on Thanksgiving Day.
All right, fellas, as the world knows, the first weekend in November, we do a thing called time change, a.k.a. we fall back. So these are some fall back related questions. Okay. Would you rather experience the discomfort of jet lag every time you woke up or fall back an hour in the first weekend in November?
Fall back an hour.
I don't think I've ever experienced jet lag.
I thought you did when you went to Jamaica, you said.
Yeah, well, I think it was vertigo. I was confusing jet lag and vertigo. But yeah, I mean, when you go through a big gnarly time change, yeah.
Would you rather get woken up an hour too early every day for a year or fall back an hour?
I'll do the time change.
Yeah, falling back an hour is where it's at.
Okay.
That's extra sleep. I mean, if you got to have one.
Would you rather live without coffee on the day of the time change
Or
not have coffee?
That's the dumbest.
like ever?
Or have coffee?
Oh, yeah, like if
Well, I'm ad-libbing now. These aren't quite straight where I was going.
whatever puts me without coffee, I don't want anything to do.
Amen.
Okay.
Same
Me too.
things.
Would you rather deal with the confusion of springing forward every weekend or have a constant Monday morning feeling 5 days a week?
Ooh.
I should have just read them as written instead of ad-libbed a little bit.
Well, we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Mondays suck.
Mm-hmm.
But so does springing forward. One Monday or a Monday every day of the week for the whole year?
It just says Monday morning feeling 5 days a week. So I would assume, let's say for a year.
I think I'd rather have that than spring forward every weekend.
The time change really doesn't bother me that bad, but I don't want to feel like Monday every day.
Mondays don't bother me too much. Let's see here. Would you rather feel like you just lost an hour every day for a week or lose your phone charger every other day? I'll read them as written. Lose your phone charger every other day. All of your phone chargers. Like you don't know where any of them went.
Or what was the other one?
Feel like you lost an hour every day.
I don't think I'd miss an hour every day. I guess I especially wouldn't if I didn't have my phone, though, because I wouldn't know what the hell time it was. I listen to too much music to not have my phone.
Yeah, I got to have my phone chargers.
I don't think losing an hour, I don't think it'd be a big deal.
You just lose it when you're sleeping.
Yeah. Would you rather always forget the time change and show up an hour early or late, or constantly miscalculate the end of your lunch break by an hour?
Which way?
I don't know. Probably ending early.
I don't mind being early. I'd rather be an hour early than an hour late from lunch and have to stay at work later.
I don't really know if I've got any input on these times.
How does time change not bother you?
I don't know. I kind of enjoy it, really. It's darker sooner. Like,
I don't like the spring forward, though. I
Yeah.
don't mind this one.
I don't like it getting dark at 10 o'clock. I like to go to bed at 9 this time of year. And the kids go to bed easier. It seems like there's...
Man, but it's the drag. It's the start of the wintertime blues.
I don't know.
I'd rather have that extra hour in the evening than in the morning. Because I drive home in the dark now. That sucks. It's 5 o'clock and it's like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Here's the jet lag one, just read as written. Would you rather experience the discomfort of jet lag every time you wake up, or never know the exact time because all of your clocks are 15 minutes fast or slow?
I'd probably not know the exact time. That'd drive me nuts, but
I'm surprised by that out of you.
yeah, but
The uncertainty is not your friend sometimes.
I know, but there's a lot more uncertainty and fog. Like
the jet lag. My clocks are usually all up anyway. So
Yeah, that's what I was probably going to go with. And there they are. Thank you, Merkley and Sons. We appreciate your support. And we've come to the end of this episode, and we appreciate you joining us on whatever platform you listen. It is now time for us to take another trip around the table, get some final thoughts, brought to you by Dubois County Tire and Supply.
As we get into the colder winter months, it's time to start thinking about the tread on your tires. That is where our friends at Dubois County Tire and Supply come in. They proudly sell Mastercraft tires for your automobile. And let me just say, Esquire's got a set on the old Polar Bear, and they are great. It's not only Mastercraft tires at Dubois County Tire and Supply, but they do alignments, suspension work, oil changes, coolant system flushes, transmission services, battery checks, and fuel system cleanups. Get your vehicle running right before you are stranded out in the cold.
All right, Smoke Dragon. Any words of wisdom here?
Oh, I don't think I got any wise ones, but the weather's going to be a little unseasonably warm for the next couple weeks. It seems like to me anyway, looking at the forecast. But on the back of my head, I know that I got old Lights by Logan coming to hang Christmas lights here in a couple weeks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we should be ready to go for this will be the first time in a long time that the day after Thanksgiving I'll be able to flip them bad boys
Looking
on.
like old Clark Griswold in the neighborhood.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Big fellow, what you got?
I don't really have anything. A lot of big bucks getting shot. The rut they say the rut's starting. A lot of bucks chasing, nosing around, trying to find them first hot does coming in. With that being said, before you know it, we'll be loading up in shotguns and rifles, getting ready to start zinging shells and killing deers and stacking them up. So be careful. Let somebody know where you're going. Do the right thing. Buy your licenses. Do everything the right way. And if you need any help, give us a call. We always, when I say we, I mean me, but I always get a kick out of that. Like the whole, hunting stories and deer stories and cutting up deer and dragging them out and doing that old song and dance. So, yeah, before you know it, we'll be right in the thick of it. So keep your stick on the ice and happy hunting.
There we go. Big thank you to K&J Insurance, Lights by Logan, Velpen Disposal, Merkley and Sons, and, of course, Dubois County Tire and Supply. We appreciate your support. If you're a friend of the program, make sure you get a hold of them. Obviously, Smoke Dragon called our buddy Logan for Lights by Logan, and Velpen. We've all used Velpen and Merkley's. We've got some glizzies back there on the machine just a-rolling, and Dubois County Tire and Supply, our buddy Zeth and the boys, get you a brand new set of Master Crafts before the winter comes. Don't have too much other than, even as we get into the twilight of fall, there's still some color on some trees. It's still nice. I got the chance to play a little golf today in real time. It's such a tough day, but it was nice. It was beautiful. We had a great day. So I enjoyed it. But get outside and enjoy what sunshine you can, because everybody knows you need a little bit of that vitamin D.
Oh.
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
It's good for you. So, hey, with that, we'll catch you on the flip side. And until next time,
Dutchman out.